Hello, everybody. viklasthemad here. This week, don't have a whole lot of things to talk about. First off, I figured out what was wrong with my sound. I was having a little bit of an issue with the sound on my uh, on World of Tanks and everything. I think I may have mentioned this in the video earlier this week on Tuesday with the Moon Mayhem stuff. Everything was sounding weird. All of the voices and everything were sounding very very robotic, and the the rest of the sounds were just either not there or very subdued or very weird sounding. And what that was there was an issue. I still had some of the previous versions, some of the previous patches, mods still in the program folder, and so once I removed those, everything got a lot better, and that was a hit. Um, but yeah, if you don't want to just listen to me ramble on and you want to pay attention to what's going on in the background, watch this battle. It's a pretty good artillery battle. Um, but yeah, I really harassed the crap out of these two Cromwells up here on top of that lighthouse hill. But anyway, um, so yeah, I got the sound issue figured out, and everything sounds so much better now. The next thing that I want to find out is why, and this is not just a bug that's just on my end. I've seen this on several other people's replays as well. Um, why is it that in the replays, whenever somebody says something down in the chat window, it comes up twice? And it's not just when somebody types something in; it's when you ping a specific location on the map, a specific grid coordinate, and it comes up twice. And say goodbye to that guy. Um, but but yeah, um, I want to know why that does that. I want to know what the cause of that bug is, and I'm sure many people have reported it, and it still hasn't been taken care of. But that might have something. I mean, the reason that it hasn't been taken care of has probably got everything to do with the fact that the replay system is not officially supported by Wargaming. Um, so that would be why it hasn't been fixed. Um, but speaking of replay systems, Armored Warfare now has its own built-in replay system, and so here soon I'll actually be testing out the replay system. I'm going to be trying to play the game and get a couple of replays off of it and run those while recording them with Bandicam and see if that brings the quality up a little bit. Because if so, that was the main reason why I haven't had any Armored Warfare content on here. The quality was just awful. Um, Everything was super laggy and jumpy and fuzzy and terrible because I was trying to record during gameplay. I don't seem to have that much of a problem when I do that with like World of Warships, for example. There is an unofficial built-in replay system that you can use on World of Warships, and I don't use it because it's buggy. It's very, very buggy. And just like with World of Tanks and World of Warships, it's not officially supported by Wargaming. So any kind of bugs you experience on there, there's nothing that Wargaming can or will do about it because it's not officially supported. So I just record most of the games that I play, and only a few really good-looking games have slipped through the cracks. But I record most of the games as I play them, and then you get to see that. So, um, but yeah, I'm going to be trying out the Armored Warfare replay system and trying to record those and see if that works out any better than trying to record the matches as they happen. Other than that, let's see. Oh, last week I had said that I was going to go to a couple of Amp parks. That on Saturday I was going to be going to a local one, the one that I'm now officially a part of in Miamisburg. Went there. The weather was bad, so there wasn't very much of a turnout. We didn't get a whole lot done, but there were 4 of us who were actually combatants that actually fought during a battle game, myself included in that, and everyone was varying levels of skill. I don't want to say that I'm like one of the best fighters around, because I'm not. I consider myself to be very low tier, which I've had a few people tell me that I'm selling myself short, and this is people who are, in my opinion, much better than me. They say I'm selling myself short, and they say that I'm better than I think I am, and all that. And I maybe they're right. I don't know. I don't want to come off sounding like I have some kind of an ego or something. So I don't think that I'm that good of a fighter. But between the 4 of us, we ran 2 games of a game called, or 2 rounds of a game called Kill Your Killer. And the point of Kill Your Killer is to be the last man standing. You have to, in order to win, you have to have killed everyone. So because if, say, I kill player A, and then player B kills me, player A comes back. Whoever you killed, when you die, they come back. They come back into the game. So one person has to kill everybody in the game in order for it to be over. And so I have, in a game of this where there's 4 people, me and 3 others, in order for me to win, I have to kill all 3 of the others. And I did. Twice in a row. Yay me. 2 of the people I had, well, let's see. One person I had absolutely no expectations of what their combat ability was, because he's extremely new. Another one I had seen at the event that I went to in Indiana, but only a little bit, and he seemed pretty good. And he came from another LARP. He actually came from SCA, and so I expected him to be like really, 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 really good. And he's good. Don't get me wrong. He was a tough opponent, but I thought he was going to wipe the floor with me. And he did not. I don't know if maybe he's just a little rusty. Maybe it takes some time getting used to the difference between SCA and AmpGuard, because there is a significant difference. I don't know. Point is, I beat him as well. Then there was the last of the other 3, and I thought that he was probably the most, out of those 3 people, he was the most experienced. And even though I'm drastically more experienced than he is, that doesn't mean that I think that I'm a better fighter than him, because I, with all the experience that I do have, it's like 14 years of experience, I'm still not that good. I'm decent. I can carry my own weight in a large battle, but in a situation like that, I mean, they should have had me, and they didn't. And I don't, especially with as rusty as I am now, I don't know what happened. But I won. I'm proud that I won. They gave a good fight, so congratulations to them. And I hope that they learned something from the fight, and I certainly did as well. Even though I won, I still learned some valuable things. I fought 2 new people, so I learned about their styles. which is helpful. But I'd also said that I was going to be going to Columbus, to the AmpGuard chapter out there. And that didn't happen. Some things came up. Transportation fell through. Some other things came up that caused some scheduling conflicts, and we didn't end up going. So we ended up just going to the regular Sunday night Pathfinder game that my roommate and I go to up at the local toy store. And we had an absolute blast. Well, I did. Her not so much. She second night in a row died, but she didn't stay dead. So we're like level 7 or 8. I think 8, and we definitely had the money to throw around to get her a raised dead. So I almost bit the big one as well, and in the campaign that we're in the adventure path that we're in, I've got a character who has almost bit the big one in at least one fight every session. In one session, as a matter of fact, I did bite the big one, but we use a separate thing where if you die due to damage, you're not just outright killed by something. And she was outright killed by a phantasmal killer spell. If you're not outright killed, you make a fortitude save, and if you make the fortitude save, then you roll on a D20 chart, and the D20 chart will give you some kind of debilitating injury. I lost a leg when this happened to me, which really sucked because I'm a monk. So losing a leg, not so good. But we're in the Skull and Shackles adventure path, which is very aquatic a lot of the time. And I'm playing an Undine, which is an aquatic race, and so I've got a swim speed, and losing my leg did not affect my swim speed, it only affected my land speed. So, but still, I'm a monk, so that reduction still sucked. But nevertheless, it is what it is, and yeah, I just had to deal with that for a while, but I just recently got my leg back. So, but we didn't get to go to Columbus. Hopefully this weekend we'll get to. We do have plans to go. We'll see how that turns out. Again, we've got to find transportation for that, but that's going to get taken care of, I'm sure. So before I wrap up, because like I said, I don't have very many things to talk about, I do want to show you some of the things that I've done here on Minecraft. First of all, you may notice that some of the things pop quite a bit more. I've got a texture pack running. I've actually got 2 texture packs running. Oh, and I enchanted a couple of things. I've got a new enchanted bow that does not have flame. I've got a mending diamond hoe, and I've got a efficiency 4, unbreaking 3 mending diamond shovel. But here I'm showing off the textures of the texture pack. It's Faithful 32. I'm also running. That's not even a word. I'm also running Cube Crafted texture pack, and that alters the way redstone looks. But I'm sure you've noticed that before. But yeah, I really like the way everything really pops and has more detail with the Faithful 32. I mean, look at the vines. I built a chicken stand. People can come by and buy stacks of the raw chicken from my chicken cooker, which, since I'm going to do that, I'm going to go back up in the top and I'm going to breed up some of the chickens again. There's less than 40 up there, and the production has been rather slow. Also put in the item sorter down here. Did that as an off-camera project because it was something small. and kind of similar to something that I've already done. So we've got the dispenser, the automatic dispenser here that fires the feathers out into a lava block, and here's the item sorter. It sorts out all the feathers, keeps the feathers separate from the chicken. No chicken will fall into this system. But yeah, this is a very simple item sorter, a very common one, and I'm sure you can find tutorials on how to build that on several different places. But yeah, a lot of different Minecrafters use this sorting system. So, but yeah, no more feathers clogging up the chest there. They all go away because I don't need them. I've got the stone generator there, and I've got the 40 block farm here, and I'm starting to grow in some acacia trees around the area, and really like them. And I made some changes in here in the fish shop. I've got these flower pots all the way around. Let me get up here. I've got these flower pots all the way around here that they've got different flowers in them, and then I've got the glass up at the top here, and the quartz staircases and the stone pressure plates and everything on the countertop there, so it looks like there's a cash register and a carving slab or whatever. And I'm going to cut down this acacia and collect the logs and the saplings and put down some more acacia trees. I think this was the only one I've got up right now because I had a spare acacia sapling. But yeah, I mean, just big noticeable difference. Look at the grass and the leaves and the bark on the trees, and that rhymed, and I really didn't mean for it to. But yeah, I just the faithful 32 texture pack. You look at the water, and oh yeah, these crops are now public. If people come by and they're going out exploring and they come through here, they can take whatever they need as long as they replant. Obviously, they don't have to replant. They don't have to replant pumpkins and melons. But yeah, if they're coming from the north or from the south and they go up north and they go exploring, they can take whatever they want. But yeah, I've still got some projects to work on camera. This Saturday's episode will, as a matter of fact, be which I'll be recording on Friday. The project. That's what I was going for there. The project that I'll be working on Saturday's episode of Vic's Minecraft Adventures will be expanding the mob spawner, my personal mob spawner, because I want a closer way to the base. I want that to be good for small XP gains, but more consistent small XP gains, so that when I have tools that are in need of repair, like my shovel and my axe right now, they need a little bump. I don't have to go running all the way to the blaze spawner in the nether to take care of that, and I can just go, put it in the offhand, take off my armor if my armor's not damaged, put the tool that's damaged in my offhand, and punch whatever it is that's in my spawner, because they'll die in like one or two punches. More if they have armor, but that's whatever. I have had a few times where some mobs, like unarmored skeletons and unarmored zombies and occasionally creepers, will fall down and they'll hit the bottom and they'll die. And I know how to fix that. I know how to fix that now. Where am I going to place this tree? I want a shade tree over the little fishing area before I actually decorate it. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it. I don't want to put it too close to the building because I don't want it to grow onto the building, but I think that corner right there will do. Anyway, yeah, I want to make the spawner bigger, so I'm going to go up there and I'm going to expand it. Come over here and I'll show you just a little bit. Show you exactly how I want to expand it. Is my lighthouse still on? It's daytime. It should be off. Is it just a... Okay. It was just a render issue. I do need to work on the computer rendering thing. Figure out why it won't render so much. But yeah, as you can see, it's not a very big platform up there. It's not a very big spawning platform, and I got all the materials here, and a bunch of redstone and dispensers and water buckets and what have you, and cobblestone to make it bigger. But let me get under it here and see. It's not a very big platform, and then you've got the redstone hopper clock there. I'm gonna have to move that back. I want to make it longer. I want to make it wider on both sides, and get more consistent spawns out of it. And eventually I'll probably put a second floor on it. But after a good mining session somewhere, I'm going to get some stuff. Then there's these guys. And their textures pop more too with the Faithful 32. Better gradients and everything. But they need names. Please, if you're watching this stuff, if you're watching my videos, suggest some names down in the comment section. I'm open to all reasonable suggestions on names. On the horses, the skeletal horse, the donkey, the dog. The dog still does not have a name. And, oh, speaking of drops, let's see if we can fix my axe here. Punchy, punchy, punchy. Punch, punch. And there we go. Sidestep out. None of that went to the axe. Let's punch some more. How about that? There we go. All right, now we just need to fix the shovel. So, punch. Got a bow out of it. Hey, all right. Shovel's fixed too. Now I can just clean up. So, sometimes if I see these guys are standing there with like armor on them, see like I got that enchanted gold chest plate there. Sometimes if I see they've got armor on them, I'll come by and hit them with the diamond sword since it's got looting 3. But yeah, not a whole lot new in here, really. Just the chicken stand, and no, I'm not going to make more charcoal. I'm actually going to go over to the blaze spawner later and collect some blaze rods with the looting sword, because I completely forgot that blaze rods can be used as a fuel source. And oh, I screwed that up. Let me try that again. But yeah, I'm going to get some blaze rods and stop using charcoal for that. So. But that's all I've got time for today. Tomorrow there'll be an AmpGuard video coming out, and hope you're looking forward to that. If you like this stuff, give us a like. If you really like what you see, go ahead and give us a subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow for the AmpGuard video, more from the coronation event. So until then, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.